Okay, so I'm here to talk about how the council reacted and played its role in the pandemic. So, COVID-19, a global pandemic at such magnitude previously unseen for generations. Leeds City Council were already preparing a rapid citywide response prior to the announcement of a national lockdown, and quickly responded to the national government call for local authorities to assume local leadership. The council developed robust infrastructure, resources, communications and partnership working arrangements to enable a city response to local community need at a time of great crisis, continually reviewing and adapting plans given the dynamic nature of this pandemic. Our relentless focus has been to mobilise the city to help minimise the effects, especially on those vulnerable, and to keep the people of the city safe. It's not possible to do justice to all the work that has taken place in the city by our communities, our partners and by the council, and I would however like to share some examples. The COVID-19 telephone line, committee care hubs and volunteering programme response were set up at pace in March 2020, following the national lockdown. Locally trusted third sector organisations who were already active in their communities used local insights to develop robust and trusted support for people in the most need. Working with voluntary action leads and 27 third sector organisations, a new partnership was formed, setting up 33 community care hubs across the 33 wards. Voluntary action leads coordinated a network of volunteers working with the hubs to get essential support to anyone who needed it, including access to food parcels and hot meals, collecting and delivering prescriptions, dog walking, and those very important befriending phone calls to isolated people. This collaborative working approach played a critical role in the city's response to the pandemic to address the needs of the vulnerable residents in Leeds. The community care model is now being used in a proactive programme based on a community anchor approach. It was quickly identified within the food crisis response residents needed help and support with food parcels which better met their cultural needs. Furthermore, evidence suggested these residents were less likely to approach the telephone helpline for support. The council's communities team initiated the Cultural Food Hub to complement the existing food offer in May 2020, with 2 third sector organisations sourcing and providing culturally appropriate emergency food parcels for the city. Critically, direct access was made available through self-referral or via support agents to assist people not presenting via the COVID-19 phone line. In addition, community care hubs and other frontline organisations and groups supporting people with emergency food were able to access culturally appropriate food for their organisation to redistribute locally. Coordinated by Forum Central, the Communities of Interest Network was initiated back in March 2020 in response to the impact of COVID on communities which were already facing inequalities, to support, inform and empower frontline organisations working with the community of interest groups. The network enabled two-way communication and collaborative working between the council, public sectors and third sector organisations that represent diverse communities. Members fed in what's happening and what's known around COVID-19 and to promote what's available to help address the needs of different communities. A key focus of the network is to understand and highlight the importance of intersectionality, where people's overlapping social identities may mean they experience multiple disadvantage or discrimination. The network has subsequently broadened its remit to health inequalities in general. The Council obtained national funding to facilitate the COVID-19 Community Champions programme, working in partnership with the third sector to develop additional capacity to support a range of COVID-19 messaging and activities. The Leeds programme was designed to build trust and relationships through co-production and co-delivery, not only with trusted local organisations, public health, the Leeds CCGs, but through the creation of meaningful opportunities for local people acting as community champions and small organisations, groups aiding local communities to shape the local agenda and the response. Over 174 community champions and a wide range of third sector and grassroots organisations engaged with the programme, with training and support available. This dedicated approach enabled confidence to champion accurate and up-to-date health messages with community contacts. Community champions delivered a wide range of activity, from conversations with family, neighbours and friends, the development of accessible information and guidance, the delivery of community engagement activities based on their own initiatives, and support towards statutory and the third sector-led interventions, including door knocking in neighbourhoods, the roving vaccination bus, women-only vaccination clinics, and enhanced testing work. In Leeds, we recognise communities prefer to have the information from a wide range of trusted sources, and the importance of conversations about COVID-19. Champions made accurate information from trusted sources accessible, built trusting messaging and guidance, and signposted to a wide range of support. Evidence demonstrates champions have not only been a catalyst towards community reassurance, informed choice and increased vaccination uptake, but also instrumental in system design to tailor our local response. Community Champions programme has subsequently broadened its remit to health inequalities in general. The Council have developed some robust infrastructure to communicate with and engage religion or belief communities prior to the pandemic through its Religion or Belief Hub, Strategic Faith Leaders Network and our Religion or Belief Covenant in partnership with Leeds Faith Forum. In summer 2019, the Council held an event with faith communities focused on 3 potential crisis scenarios around natural disaster, terrorism and pandemic, to develop approaches to how faith communities could be engaged in supporting responses and communities. As we move forward to a post-pandemic scenario, work will be undertaken to review how effective those conversations were in supporting the eventual response to what was at the time seen as the least likely of the 3 scenarios to actually take place. At the start of the pandemic, the Council's Strategic Faith Leaders Network was repositioned to focus on engagement with key faith contacts to ensure that we were able to deliver key messages as well as hear and address key concerns from the faith sector. This ensured that faith communities' immediate issues were able to be resolved swiftly, as well as supporting them in the significant step up that the faith sector delivered to support communities and individuals across the city. The Council's communities team worked at a strategic and local level to deliver bespoke solutions where needed. The Chief Executive, Leader of the Council and Executive Board Member for Equality, as well as the Council's Councillor Faith Champion, were extremely engaged with leading this work. So why is it important that this collaboration continues? It's not possible to do justice to all the work that has been done in this city by our communities, our partners and by the Council in response to COVID-19. These examples summarise the collaborative approach we have taken forward in Leeds, working with the faith sector, third sector, grassroots groups, volunteers and communities. We have thousands of organisations and people in Leeds who respond quickly and with understanding of local areas and community need. Through the COVID-19 response, we've developed new partnerships and strengthened existing ones, and there's been a real acceleration in collaboration, co-design and co-delivery of services. Our joint coordinated effort to pull the city together through COVID is a real testament to the partnerships in Leeds. As we move forward, the new challenges to address, including the current cost of living crisis, it's imperative we continue to work collaboratively, explore new ways of working and make best use of resource to meet the needs of our diverse communities. I thank you all once again for the part you all played in this. Thank you.